I'm a little bit late starting recording these previews this season, and you may notice as you watch this episode, I'm not in the corner of a video. And that's because, for various reasons, I'm not able to do that right now. The main one being where I would normally sit for my blue screen, I can't get a blue screen down in a way which makes it work properly. And so I'm going to be left with either recording these as just audio, or having me without blue screen, which is going to be less good. It's going to be more crap all over the place, and I'm going to save you the annoyance of that. What it does mean is hopefully these videos will be easy to record once I've started doing them, and so I should be able to get them out a bit quicker than normal, mainly because I won't have to do my hair when I start recording them. So join me, because this is a 2024 winter anime preview from a different perspective. Only one episode into a new season and it's already happened. We have our very first isekai of 2024. Welcome to a fluffy paradise of Fluffy Paradise. An anime where our main character dies of overwork as she's a super tired office worker working for a horrible company which overworks her to a point where she just collapses and dies. Thankfully, God is a kind soul and agrees to allow her one wish on the proviso she goes to another world and makes a decision on whether or not humanity can live or whether or not humanity can die. That's a big responsibility, but she has a perfect wish she wants. She wants to be able to fluff cute animals. I mean, who wouldn't want to fluff cute animals, but as your one wish is a superpower in another world, I think that's a bit of a waste, wouldn't you say? But she gets reincarnated into this another world as the daughter of a powerful family, not a princess, the daughter of a baron, and she has a power to befriend any fluffy or creature she wants. Not much happens in the first episode. We're just introduced her as a little girl, walking around befriending all manners of beasts around her, including sacred beasts who only really befriend one person in their lifetime. Suddenly they're also befriending this cute girl. This looks to be very much a comfortable isekai. It's not an overpowered isekai. It's not one of those gotta slay a demon king with my super powerful overpowered ability isekais. It looks to be a nice, cute, slice of life, laid back isekai which is probably going to have a heel turn in the middle where she has to go and kill the demon king. Because they always do. Fluffy Paradise is an anime which I didn't know anything about, but appeals to me. I'm liking this one. I'm going to stick to this a few more episodes. You can find it everything over at Crunchyroll. Unlike last show, this is an anime which I really was anticipating a lot. Gushing over Magical Girls, or Mahou Shoujo ni Akogorete. Goes by a different name in Japanese as it does in English, because the manga it's based on has got a translation going under the name Gushing over Magical Girls, currently being released on J-Novel. Now, as the anime title suggests, this is definitely a magical girl anime, but our main character is not a magical girl. She is a dark magical girl. She's a member of the evil team, recruited to the evil team by a weird little mascot character because she loves magical girls so much, and she has a affinity for becoming a magical, powerful fighter. Unfortunately for Hiragi Utena, the magical girl outfit she's given is revealing. And she's a super shy, cute girl in the back of class who is super shy and doesn't want to get in the way of anyone, let alone destroy the magical girl she loves so very much. But when she's turned into this magical girl, she unlocks something within herself. She unlocks the ability to be an ultimate sadist. Accidental ultimate sadist, by all means, but she is an ultimate sadist. And a lot of the anime is based around very fan-servicey shots of her, let's call them, punishing the other magical girls. This is definitely not an anime for a prude. It's questionable. It's not going to appeal to a lot of people, because it's going to scare a lot of people off just by the premise of BDSM magical girls. But if we can get past that, there's actually a relatively cute story in here. Again, like I say, I actually know this one from a manga, so I'm talking about this from a point of knowledge. If I'd watch this episode straight off as the first episode, I probably wouldn't have been as sure about this one, but having read more, I can confidently say this is an anime which I'm going to stick with. The characters are fun and cute, the fan service is definitely there, to a point at which there's actually 3 versions. There's the main version which has been released on Blu-ray, which is completely uncut. There's one streaming on High Dive and other streaming services in Japan, which is edited to a point where we've got censorship and some audio edits, and then one airing on Japanese TV which has got even more censorship and even more cuts. So yes, given the fact they're having 3 different versions, not just the usual 2, tells you a lot about this anime. If you don't want to watch magical girls getting punished for their pleasure, then steer clear of this one. I do recommend giving it a try because it is a fun and cute show. It's crazy to the extreme, but it is nowhere near as bad as the likes of Puni Puni Pomi or Bludgeoning Angel Dakota-chan. If it was anything like those, I would steer well clear. Instead, I'd say this one's worth a watch. You can find it, like I said earlier, on High Dive. Earlier on in this episode, I talked about Overpowered Isekai, and the next anime today has a title which implies it is an Overpowered Isekai, as the main character in My Instant Death Ability is Overpowered has an instant death ability which is overpowered. This one of those isekai where he's not the only person transported to another world, he's transported to another world with his entire class, as himself and his classmates are on a bus going somewhere. They go through a tunnel and are transported in the middle of that tunnel to another world, and immediately attacked by a dragon. Thankfully, a magical being from that other world, a sage, turns up to the bus and says, "Here you are, all have a magical ability. An overpowered ability can make use of this world." Sadly for Yogiri Takato, he does not get an ability, along with 3 of his other classmates. Seen as being disposable and useless, the rest of the classmates just abandon them as bait so they can get away from the dragon. What they don't realise is that Takato actually has an overpowered ability of his own, the aforementioned instant death ability. And so he instantly kills the dragon, along with the 3 classmates who try and come back to him to finish the job because they want to gain credit for keep defeating the dragon, and they just want to continue using him as a sacrifice. We don't really get to see too much more of this episode other than the premise of him being an overpowered guy in our world as well. Why he's got an ability to kill people with one glance, who knows, but it is an overpowered ability. I've no idea where this one's going to go. All I know is that the main female lead is also kind of cute, but where do you go from the ability of killing anything with just a thought? There's got to be some kind of massive manipulation going on here, where overpowered abilities get even more stupid and overpowered, and somebody's got to have some kind of immunity to his ability, because otherwise he's never going to lose. But again, some writers like that in their shows, anime where the protagonist doesn't lose. This is definitely not an anime for me. I'll probably watch a few more episodes because I like a trashy isekai every so often, but there are definitely better shows this season, including the 2 I've already watched so far. If you do want to watch My Instant Death Ability is Overpowered, you can find it airing over at High Dive. Finally today, we have Chained Soldier, an anime where men are seen as second-class citizens as the female of the species have managed to get superpowers by eating peaches from a weird other demonic dimension called Mato, and men don't have ability to gain those abilities. Mato has a problem though. It is another world, but it's more so another dimension attached to our world, so it's not a true isekai, and it has the horrible ability to just pop up wherever it wants to in our world and transport anybody in that local vicinity to Mato. Mato accidents are becoming more and more common, so much to the point where units of anti-demon corps have been stationed around the country to try and save people swallowed up into this other world. Because once they go there, dangerous beings can start eating them and getting more powerful. And we don't want that, do we? And so our main character Yuki ends up being transported to Mato in one of these accidents, and being saved by a squadron of 4 super powerful demon fighting military girls, including one which isn't riding in the car, she's riding on top a demon. The demon she's fighting on top of ends up getting lost, and so she's left with no choice but to rely on Yuki to save a day. But how can this person with no ability save a day? It's all due to Kyoka's new special ability. See, her ability, which she got from a peach, is the ability of enslavement. Anybody she enslaves becomes her slave, but gains superpowers as a result of it. The downside is, any work she has her slave do for her, she has to compensate to a degree the person who is being compensated subconsciously agrees with. And as such, by using Yuki to save a day, she ends up having to compensate in a rather pleasing way for him, as she steals his first kiss, a very deep kiss, something which she's very embarrassed about. So this is going to be a guy who's been recruited to help these 4 powerful female fighters fight off demons as their slave, effectively. And even when they're not fighting demons, he's going to be working as their caretaker in their otherworldly mansion. So he's not only going to be fighting demons as the slave of a pretty girl, it's also going to be lone male character in a dormitory full of young female anime characters. This one has danger bells all around it. The first episode was interesting. I don't like the look of a main female character. She's got that still-haired beauty thing going about her. But the alarm bells are just too loud for this one for me. I can't really recommend it. I may watch 1 or 2 more episodes of it. It did intrigue me enough to watch another episode at least. But I feel like this one's going to fall into the same trap a lot of these female dorm anime have been going recently. By being over-sexed, over fan-servicey trash. If you want to watch Chain Soldier, this one's also on High Dive. That was Fluffy Paradise, Gushing over Magical Girls, My Instant Death Ability is Overpowered, and Chain Soldier. 4 of the new anime airing this season, which I've looked at and previewed for you guys today. So what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments, and join me next time we'll look at 4 more new shows, which are already aired but I haven't watched yet. So until then, bye bye.